Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness here, hoping that you are well today. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you are new to my channel, I'm Elle. Welcome. And if you are returning, a deep sense of gratitude from me to you for your support. Okay, I'm going to jump into this reading. This is a message across the veil for someone that has lost a loved one who is trying to get a message to you. And the first message is there is some sort of blockage that you have right now, and the blockage might be to an incoming possibility that there is something good waiting for you, but we've got to work through this blockage. And I feel like this is just kind of, it's almost like there's a burden or there's a responsibility, and there might be a little avoidance or a blockage for you to be able to succeed with that responsibility. But first, let's talk about the person who is sending you this message. I feel it can be a feminine figure, but it doesn't have to be. But a very strong, this person was somewhat abrupt, spoke their truth, wasn't necessarily a diplomat. They were no nonsense. They were a no nonsense person. If you hear some chewing, that's the bird chewing on some wood. But this person was a savvy investor. Maybe possibly a little miserly, but they saved money. They were maybe on the borderline materialistic, but they were very self-reliant, and so that might resonate with you. Could be an air sign, could be an earth sign, either one. But their message to you is, we got to figure out what this blockage is, because it's blocking abundance coming in, and it's a radiant abundance is the word that I'm hearing. This person had a sense of humor too. I'm just going to say that right now. That's the intuitive part of my reading. But there's they want you to be grateful for the abundance that you have, because it feels like they were more focused on the materialistic and they weren't so as in gratitude. It felt like they just wanted more and more and more. And a part of the message is, spend time in gratitude. They're saying it's good for you. But then the other thing is, you're probably going to have to get into some quiet space in order to kind of connect with self and find out what this blockage is. It could be different for multiple people, but there is definitely a blockage on your path. Part of what they want me to say is they want you to keep an open mind, that abundance may not always look like money, because they were so focused on money. They were so focused on the material, money. They were focused on money. And they want you to keep an open mind that abundance isn't just about money. Abundance is good health. Abundance is a good circle of friends, people around you you can trust, people who uplift you. It could be, having enough. It could be a garden that produces food that you eat. It could be goats that produce milk. Everything that is uplifting in your life is a form of abundance. So be grateful for that. I don't feel this person really spent a lot of time taking stock in all the good things that weren't related to finances. And so that's kind of a message for you is, take time to count your blessings and be grateful for what you have. And that once you clear this block, and I'll try and figure out and help you decide what that block is, but it really is going to be up to you and your soul self to kind of ferret that out and figure out how to remove that blockage. It could be that you're following in their footsteps and really focusing on money itself, and money is currency, and it is energetic currency, but there is so much more to abundance. But there's a lot of, I'm getting a lot of balanced energy. You need to balance your blessings, not just compare them to finances. There is so much more to what we are grateful for as abundance than just the bucks. So that's one message. There seems to be coming some sort of disagreement. It could be a courageous conversation, but it's going to be an emphatic, passionate conversation coming in. They may have had this with you prior to them transitioning, but there was or will be some sort of a conversation that is coming or has occurred that resonated with you. It may have left a little bit of a it's almost like they assigned you a responsibility that you felt is a burden, but you're going to have this drastic shift of perspective that it's not a burden, it's a responsibility. It can be connected to nature, taking care of specific natural things. Your ancestor or loved one could have been a conservationist, but they could have also maybe a lesson learned was they spent more time thinking about money and acquiring money than really being a good steward of the earth or land or something to do with nature. I mean, nature is mentioned twice here in the cards, so there's something, and it's not about controlling, it's about mastering the interaction with nature so that it's positive for both the planet and humanity. So keep that in mind with the world here. The Empress is here as well, and that is a card of being nurturing and to the planet, as well as to create new ways of helping the planet. And that may have been a responsibility that they said, don't do what I did. There may have been some arguments. This person may have been like in a chemical industry, and you were like, this is so bad for the planet, and there was a lot of conflict. But there's some sort of debate, conversation, or something that has happened or will happen. And I feel like it's about some sort of responsibility that you may have interpreted as a burden, but now you're seeing it as a possibility and a responsibility. And you're having a different perspective of what that is. And there's going to be a responsibility for you to shift that into a more natural, caring, nurturing, and I want to say occupation. It may be your occupation. Okay, so I want to take a couple of notes I made as I got into the intuitive. Yeah, there is something definitely about nurturing, as within, so without. So it feels like you were this very nurturing, compassionate person, very ecologically minded. I'm really getting a strong sense that this person really wasn't focused, maybe a developer of some sort, or maybe somebody that dammed up a river or something that created an ecological impact, and there was a furious debate about it. But now you've inherited either their company or their money, and they want you to do good with it. In essence, they're kind of saying you were right. I should have been more focused on the ecological impact, but that doesn't necessarily have to be, but I'm really getting that feeling that there was a clash of ideals, and that now they're acknowledging that your ideal was the more beneficial to the planet as well as to humanity. There is a definitely nurturing component here of taking care of something. You may have taken care of this person and considered it a burden, but then feel like you were blessed with a responsibility, and maybe because of that they left inheritance to you. I don't know. I'm getting, but I am getting this deep sense of balance, a restorative. There's something about being charitable and harmonious. So it may be the inheritance they left you, they want you to use on a project to help heal the earth. Definitely there's a responsibility to something natural or in nature. It's a blessing, not a responsibility. It's an opportunity. It's a possibility, and they are saying they want you to be the steward or stewardess of that responsibility, to possibly undo what they did or to further what they did. I don't want to say that this is contradictory to your, it doesn't have to be an inflammatory conversation, or it could not, it doesn't have to be a clash of ideals. It may have been something they started and then you follow through with. But there is the overarching message here is that they want you to take care of some sort of natural element, or something that was left to you as a responsibility that you may have at one point thought was a burden, and maybe been overwhelmed, but now you see it as a possibility, and it's very balancing and it's very harmonious. The energy of it feels like you're now ready to integrate and connect with it in a new way, under a new perspective. There was maybe some sort of an illusion or delusion that previously one of you kind of suffered under, and they're asking, I mean, it's almost like they're like, okay, that's been removed now. There's an alignment of perspectives now between you and the energy of this person. And it's like, let's move forward now. And now we need to really step up efforts to take care of this opportunity, this responsibility in a very conscious way. Again, they're reiterating that abundance isn't just money. Abundance isn't just money. So there may have been an inheritance that somebody got the money and somebody got land. Or that somebody got something else. So they're trying to let you know that there's more to abundance than just the financial, And that might have been disappointing to you, and that might be what's creating this block. So let me pull a few more cards. Whatever you do, if you follow this directive, it feels like, I saw the Ten of Pentacles, it feels like this is going to really, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Cornucopia card. Oh, King of Cups. Queen of Cups. It could be a couple that really yeah. Okay, so this may be parents, grandparents, aunt, uncle, but it feels like there was a union that that built this. I have the King of Wands here, but it almost as though there's just the way the card is. It looks like there is a masculine that is in defiance of what the intention was, the emotional intention. And there is somebody younger who is now given the emotional responsibility of this stewardship. Yeah, the Star. Something about a dream. It could be Aquarius. There's the Three of Cups. A celebration. Sorry, you've been tasked with something. And there's... I think the blockage is when you were tasked with this, you considered it a burden, and now it has become a beloved responsibility, and you feel honored. I just feel like you feel honored that they entrusted you with this, and that there will be many blessings that come from your good stewardship. And they won't all be financial. Some of them will be deeply emotional, deeply fulfilling on an emotional level, but there will be also some other abundance that come through. This is a very, this is like a wish fulfilled, but also with the star card, it could be a very healing thing for your lineage. Because like I said, there might have been some controversy here, some inflamed conversations about this topic, and this is going to heal. And I feel like there is an intention here. There is an intention here that is aligned with your purpose, but there could be some conflict still, and that could be the conversation that's coming as an inflamed conversation, because I have this King of Wands here, and they're looking very defensive, and it feels like it's combative because it's like right on top of this King of Cups, Queen of Cups, almost combative. And their back is to me, where the other two are facing me. Their back is to me, but they have this wand raised, and the wand looks like a sword. So their actions are very divisive. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Let me do bottom of the deck. Yeah, Three of Cups already. There is going to be some sort of outcome here that I feel is worth celebrating. There will be some abundance, but you got to get through this. And part of it is shifting your perspective. Okay, I'm going to leave it there with you. Please let me know if this resonates. Please leave me a comment. If you like this video, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, and if you would consider subscribing, I would be grateful to you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, my beloved friends, namaste.